안 된다, 청아. 네가 없으면 내가 눈에 뜬들 무슨 소용이냐, 청아. 가지 마라, 청아.
죄송해요, 아버지. 부디 오래오래 사세요.
강도 대난도 인당수라 앙풍이 되자고요 어려운 싸우는 여기 나대 난들 태양바다 한가운데 가장 구조 흑겨쳐 안개에서 어두진 날 갈길은 전리가 지나고 화면이 건너 뚝성 늘어져 전지정마군 아침이 어들어와 핵전막 팡팡 물결은 울렁추렁 사구명자리야 상황
파도가 넘어가겠네. 어서 시작하지.
정말 거기 뱃머리에 올라서 오라. 혹시 전할 만약이 있냐?
걱정 마. 에이, 좋습니다.
아이고 아버지 불효여식 청이는 변망금도 생당바옵소서 아비의 어두운 눈을 밝게 점지호소서
이제 뛰어내려야 한다, 청아.
심청이고 동무하라 대전으로 우르르르르르 갯별 같은 눈을 감고 토막으로 쓰고 만경창파 할매기 저거 헛담물에
Haemil here at the Muckenthaler Center. Are you having a good time so far? Great. My name is Farrell, and I am the CEO here, and I want to talk to those of you who are in the audience tonight before you see the rest of the show. What you've seen so far is really fascinating, and it gets even more so through the evening, but I want to talk to the two groups who are here tonight. The first group are the group of Muck regulars, the people who come to see a lot of our shows. There's a lot of you out here tonight, and I want to say this to you. Tonight is the night where I thank you and I applaud you and I'm proud of you for being willing to expand your horizons, for seeing something different, for being here on a night where it's not just an ABBA tribute band. We're doing something different, and we're giving you the opportunity again to broaden horizons, and thank you and congratulations for being willing to go with that. Great, yes, applaud yourself. That's great. And for those people in that group, you should know that what you're watching tonight is a 400-year-old art form that comes to us from thousands of miles away. And the exact pieces you're seeing here tonight are going to be, they're parts of what is going to be a larger 2.5 hour show that the people at Daru are trying to put together to tour the world. What you're seeing is not just a centuries-old tradition, but the birth of something wonderful. That's my message for those of you who are Muck regulars. Now, my message for that other group, the people who are here tonight who are part of the Korean community. Welcome. If you're here for the first time, welcome to the Muckenthaler Center. Let me tell you a little bit about who we are and what we do. Every Thursday night, we are here in this auditorium, and we are always presenting something fabulous and something fascinating and something you may or may not have seen before. You might want to come back on another night. Last week, we had an Irish rock band. Next week, we have a local group called the Darden Sisters, who are from right here in Fullerton. You never know what we're going to have. On next season's schedule, we have already put together a circus. There's going to be a live circus on our stage. We're going to do a presentation of Bizet's opera Carmen, and 50 other concerts throughout the year. We also have our art gallery, which is open tonight. Earlier in the year, we had a Salvador Dali exhibit here at the Muck. Right now, we have an exhibit of mosaics from Italy. They are unbelievable, and if you get a chance tonight, you should go see them. When you're walking around, you're welcome to stop at the bar and see Stephanie. She's got some wine and beer for you. We have our NCL volunteers at what we call the Joni position, selling some cookies if you get a little hungry. But always remember, what we do here is raise the human spirit through the arts. So if you want to come take a class, if you want to go out of town with us on an arts-related trip, we're going to wine country in a couple of weeks. In the spring, we're going on a riverboat cruise through France. And if you guys get involved and I see there's an interest, maybe the next trip could be to Korea. Which brings me to something I wasn't planning on saying, but I'm looking out over the audience and there were a bunch of young people here tonight. That's a third group. I very quickly want to say, even though it's not my place, if you're young and this is your culture, don't be afraid to embrace it. Don't feel that you have to be a little bit too much like everybody else. These are your people, this is your culture, this is your art. Indulge yourself in it. Come with us if we go to Korea. Go to Korea yourself. Be part of it and live it. Life is an exploration. Life is an adventure. Being here at the Muck is always an adventure. And to start tonight's adventure, you know what? I'm going to tell you about another adventure. Last time we did this show, I had to MC it. And I had to MC it in Korean, reading phonetically from a little piece of paper. Who was here that night? Does anybody remember? All right, so those of you who are here, thank you for your patience and your understanding. But tonight, we're not going to do that. Tonight, we're going to have some people up here who are going to narrate it in a way that the entire audience can understand and enjoy and love. So to start the actual proceedings, I'd like to welcome to the stage the chairman of the board of Daru, Mr. Chung-Kyu Park. Mr. Park?
먼저 자리가 굉장히 그냥 빡빡해가지고서 뒤에 쓰실 분들 많고 그러시네요. 자, 먼저 이 자리에 참석해 주신 여러분께 감사드리고 또 축하드립니다. 왜 정말 이 일생에 한번 볼까 말까 하는 우리 심청가 중에서도 제일 가슴을 심금을 울리는 인당수 물에 빠져서 그 다음에 용궁으로 가는 그 장면력이 저는 그 어렸을 적부터 이걸 보면 가슴에 찡하고 울고 그랬어요. 근데 오늘 그걸 또 보게 되는데 정말 뜻깊은 일입니다. 오신 분들 환영하고요. 특히 이 자리를 빌어서 이 자리를 우리에게 내준 Muckenthaler 이 재단에 감사의 뜻을 전합니다. 오늘이 이제 우리가 6번째 공연으로 생각이 되는데요. 앞으로는 더 이렇게 많이 타민족하고도 같이 하고 뭐 이래서 서로 간의 친화관계도 더 도모하고 서로 간의 문화교류를 통한 세계적인 평화를 이루는 게 우리 꿈입니다. 오늘 오는 공연하는 팀은 우리 다루에 속한 해밀 공연팀입니다. 여러분 잘 감상해 주시고 많이 격려해 주시기 바랍니다. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chung-Kyu Park, the chairman of the board of Daru Korean Traditional Art Group. Tonight, the Daru Special Performance Group, the Haemil, will perform an original Changguk Indangsu, a condensed version of the most popular Korean opera, Chimcheonga. It is our first performance of its kind, and we hope to bring you more exciting and sophisticated stages every year to this Muckenthaler Theater through the years to come. Thank you to the Muckenthaler officers for inviting us to your beautiful stage to introduce our creative talents to your members and guests tonight. Hope you will enjoy the performance led by our prima donna Soyeonun and her many talented artists. Hope a great evening. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jeannie Shim, and I'll be doing the brief introduction of the story today. How's everyone doing? Good? We recently had Chuseok, the Korean Thanksgiving. Did you have a good Chuseok, everyone? Yes. Great. So has anyone heard of the word Pansori before? Many of you, and have seen a live performance? No. Well, if you are, this is not your first time. Happy to have you. If this is your first time, you are in for a treat. Pansori is an old form of Korean musical storytelling dating back to the 17th century. It traditionally features a singer and a drummer. So the drummer maintains the rhythm while the singer performs the song with a narrative, song, and gestures. So while Pansori has a singer and a drummer, today's performance is in the form of Changa. So Changa is slightly different from Pansori because you will notice that there's not just two performers on stage, but multiple performers. And Changa emphasizes not just the sound, but also the movements and the performance itself. And today's story, just as you heard, is called Indangsu. Indang is the name of the sea that is in the setting of the story. And the video you saw earlier, that is showing the story of Indangsu. So this Indangsu story is actually an excerpt of the full story titled 심청가. So this is the story of 심청. This is a very beloved story in Korea. 심청 is the name of the girl in the story. My last name, if you notice, is also Shim, so it's even more special to me. Maybe my great aunt, right? Well, and I'm very proud of it because this story is about a kind, humble girl who did everything she could for her father, who was blind. So it was not easy for him to do anything. But he also was a very kind and gentle soul. One day, the father, traveling alone, slipped and accidentally fell into a river. But luckily, a monk saw him and pulled him out. So the father was very thankful and said, I will do anything for you. And the monk said, if you sacrifice 300 sacks of rice to Buddha, then you would be able to see again. So hearing this, he was so excited and promised to do so. But soon he realized, no, they're so poor, 300 sacks of rice? No way. So he told Simcheong, oh, daughter, I made a bad promise. What do I do? But she assured him, Father, I know a way. So what she thought of was that she would sacrifice herself to the sea gods. So there was a practice where sailors, before going on their long sea journey, they would take a young female for an offering to the sea gods, believing that if the female jumps into the water, then the waters will calm down. And for that, she would receive 300 sacks of rice in exchange. So the story begins right here. Cheong is on the ship, has been waiting for a long time. Her heart is probably very heavy. She calls out for her father and then jumps into the water. The sailors, though, soon realize that what they have been doing all along is very wrong, and they feel so sad for this. So the ship's captain vows that in the future, this practice will not continue. So the performance ends when the sailor instructs everyone to pull up the anchor and row the boat. And now, in just a few moments, the performance will begin. Haemil, the performing group, wants you to note that today's show is just the beginning. They have more in plans, and they hope to, as time comes, that they will be able to do the full 2-hour show. So please be sure to keep an eye out for their news and updates and continue to support them. They're a great group who continues to celebrate and show us the cherished, the beloved, the treasured traditional Korean music performance. So without further ado, please put your hands together for Haemil performing Indangsu.
그때 심청이는 아비눈을 뜨려 하고 인당수 제수로 달려가게 되었는데 만경창판 높이 떠서 영원히 돌아가는구나.
무른 날이 연날이며 해의 밤비면 사오삭을 울같이 흘러가니 금풍산 위 섞이고 오고 가기 이 쟁량이라 나 가느냐 오목체리하고 초순난고 장천일색이라 강하니 굴롱하니 황금일 천편이여 노아의 풍기하니 백설이 만져옵니다 십호 세류 진한 잎은 난강 추풍 그날 대반청사는 봉잎 칼날되어 도두다니 수심이여 녹는 것이 간장이라 일락창사 수제워 너니 부지하죠 도상고 송고급 비추부가 이어서 슬픔 지려 내가 죽자오니 선진들이 낭패되고 사러 실려 패다원들 생 풀려사 내 신세야 따로 항상 선님들은 오늘 기고 애내서 부르면서 한강도 이남도 인당수라 강풍이 배당하여 어려운 싸우는 병력이 다니는데 해야마다 한가운데 바람 불어 물결청 하늘에서 겨울진 날 밝기는 천리가 니나나호 사오는 니 건너 국정 들어서 전대성 마법이 마치니 펴들어와 백정은 다다 출렁출렁 그 사분명자리야 왕릉그하여 붙지고 한코 사지게를 재나 엄살로 박짓고 왼손 잡고 동은 우색강수 삼색생활을 밤이 찾아 갈라리고 다른 돌자와 큰 밭보자 기는 듯이 다져놓고 신청을 목욕시켜 의복을 정리며 별번이 안치고 사건 노동하라 누구는 경제하고 채를 손에 쥐고
인당수 여왕님께 인뜻을 드리오니 홍일신 암명이며 서해신도 세이며 남해신 총룡이며 국해신 옹강이며 남한주장과 전통창작그룹 하강하여 주옵시고 기념으로 바람 불고 환란으로 인도하여 환란 없이 놓으시고 천백천만은 해려내려 군대 위에 공기 없고 공기 위에 연합함께 정리하여 주옵소서.
오산을 지내 너희
신남자 흑태물에 들어라.
조만한 지내 주머니 신성이 말 듣고 아이고 하나님 명체 어디 운동하사 아디음 함부로 신청으로 대시고 어디오던 눈을 밝게 덤지 호소사 여보시오 사모님인데 도와주니 어느 곳으로 있어
저기 걸음 담담하다 뜻밖이 도와보기로쓰다.
여보시오 사모님 도화동에 계시는데 불쌍한 우리 고치 위로하여 주옵소서.
그냥 염려 마오.
정이 말 듣고 섰던 자리에 주저앉으며 아이고 아버지 도리어여 신성이는 요만큼도 생각하옵소서. 신청이가 농구하라 눈으로 색깔 같은 눈을 감고 돌아 무엇으로 만영창할래 서로 아버지 땀을 유유한 달래기도 빠지던 해를 굽어보며 불어있고 무심한 기러기도 콧대 위에 높이 떠서 일로 울어있고 사람들도 목이 메려 눈물이 듣더니 맥거니 말 못하고 서 있는디 영자가 울음을 내어 못 보았구나 못 보았네 사랑도 인정으로 우리야 건전히 사랑을 사다가 이불에다 채수원이 우리 웃어 잘 들소냐 여보소 동문의 널 영년부터는 아사지형을 당하대도 이도 그 장사를
그만두세.
앞방울을 쳐라 참나무 뒤에 나를 잡고 줄을 가르라 용총줄 벌리고 무장을 채우라
어디야 디야 참 어디야 디야라 어디야 디야 참 어디야 참 어디야 디야 참 어디야 디야라 어디야 디야 참 어디야 참 어디야 디야 참 어디야 디야라 어디야 디야 참 어디야 참 어디야 디야 참 어디야 디야라 어디야 디야 참 어디야
우리 피아노의 강윤희 선생님, 네, 우리 가야금 뒤에 계시는데 김형란 선생님, 뒤에 열심으로 단속으로 주시고 또 북도 쳐주신 우리 김재영 선생님, 그리고 춤 보셨죠? 춤. 우리 이영남 선생님. 마지막으로 디렉터를 맡아주신 우리 손정혜 선생님 부대합니다.
Let's save the waves like me. I once was lost, and now am found. Was blind, but now I see.
날 좀 누구라